flashlights and they were looking for something. And we're smoking, and my friends were like, yo, like, those are cops.
Shit never is as bad as it seems. Fuck a lifespan, this is just one long dream.
How's it going, everyone? It's your man, Lost Disciple, the voice box of the underground of YouTube. Today's Saturday, which means you guys are getting a story time. And today's story is about once upon a time when marijuana wasn't so legal. Me and my friends got caught up in a little something while smoking on the devil's lettuce. So without further ado, let's sit back, relax, and let's hop into today's story. So I'd say this was about, well, it's 2021 now, time flies. This was during like 2016, 2015, and this is around the time when I first started smoking. So it was like junior year high school. Like it was one of those years where it's like it's supposed to be kind of stressful, but it wasn't because I was smoking. But like I was on track to graduate and I knew what I was gonna do, so I was like, you know what, I could start smoking some pot. So me and my friends, we would always go over this one kid's house. Our man Jesse, this guy was awesome. Still is to this day. And man, this guy was like, you know how there's Custom Grow 420 who used to call himself the king of pot? My neighbor's driving that fucking dirt bike outside. But you know how Custom Grow 420 would call himself the king of pot? Now this man Jesse, oh yeah, he was the pack man. This dude, like, he would fucking ride bikes. He would ride a bike from his house all the way to my house, which is like a good 45 minute to an hour bike ride away, with like 4 ounces in his backpack, because we didn't have cars. Like we were 16, 15 at the time, so like, you know, niggas didn't have money to have cars. We were smoking at his house because he had the weed, so like we'd go over and chill at his place and go smoke, hang out. Dude, those days were awesome. We listened to music. Those were the good days, the reminiscent days. But this guy was something else. So one day, right, we're all at his house, and we were like, I'm pretty sure it was me, because I kind of like, so you'd always smoke sometimes, and we'd just sit there and not do nothing. So I was like, why don't we go somewhere and walk like after we smoke? So everybody was like, okay. It was surprising everybody was up for it. So we decided to walk over to a park that was nearby our house, or nearby our friend's house. So we're walking, we get there. It's about a 15 to 20 minute walk, and we had a joint already rolled up before like we got to the park, because we wanted to smoke this next joint. I wanted to smoke this next joint outside. I wanted to like do something instead of just sit, because we used to sit in like the basement. But he had like the basement set up, had like couches with a TV, then his room was right there, had a really nice setup. So like we were chilling, had a pool table down there too. So like we were chilling, but I wanted to go outside, you know, take a nice stroll. But at the time, like I said, marijuana was not legal during this time. So if you were smoking pot, like you were getting a fucking ticket or going to jail, especially where I live. So I was like, okay. So we're going to a park, which I honestly kind of forgot. It's almost like the park closes at dusk, and it's roughly about like, I'd say it's in like January-ish. So like it gets dark around 7:30, and it's about like 5 o'clock-ish, and we're walking over to the park. So it's just about to get dark, and we get there, and the sun's like just about to set, and we sit at the park and we start smoking a joint, and we're chilling, listening to music, and as we're smoking, we even took a picture. We got a legendary picture of this place. There's these people across the pond, because the park, from where the park is, there's like I'm gonna just it's like it's a big park, and it's like in the woods, and so it's not like a park in like a city surrounded by other people. It's like a park in the woods, a big ass park. There's a big ass pond, and there's another park across the pond. So where we are, right? So I'm trying to paint the best picture. So say, all right, we're at the park. There's a road with a bridge that goes right across, that connects the pond. You know what I'm saying? So across the pond, by the road, there was a car with the headlights on, and like they had a flashlight and they were looking for something. And we're smoking, and my friends were like, yo, like, those are cops. Because they said that the flashlights looked over at us. And I'm like, okay, we're high. We were probably, you guys are probably like freaking out. So I'm thinking, I doubt those are the cops, bro. Like, We don't need to fucking think. Like, you guys are just tripping. Those are just people over there fishing or something. So we keep smoking, right? And eventually, oh my gosh, after like 5 minutes, because they keep looking in that direction, the people in the flashlights get in their car and start driving over towards us. So my friend Pierce, he gets scared and he throws the fucking joint. I get mad because I'm like, dude, don't, because they're like, what do we do? And he's like, what do we do? What do you do? And one of my friends like, throw it. I'm like, don't fucking throw it. Give it to me. I'll hold it. And he throws it somewhere. And then it's dark. We can't see it. Like, he puts it out and he throws it. That's a good thing. At least because he did put it out. We're not stupid. So he puts it out and he throws it. And I'm like, oh my fucking gosh. And we just start walking away. And the car just drives right past us because it was a pedestrian. Like, it was just a normal people just chilling. And I'm like, see? Look. Now we got to go back and look like idiots in the dark trying to find this fucking joint. So we walk back to the park. We start literally like fucking getting down, trying to look for the joint. I forget who finds it, but we eventually find the joint in the fucking dirt. Clean it off. We start sparking it again, and we finish the joint. We're chilling. We're listening to music. I'm like, see, you guys are bugging. Like, you know, you guys are just really high. And they're like, no, that was the cops. That was the cops. They had flashlights. So we finish the joint. And I'm like, all right, we'll finish the joint and we get out of here. So we finish it. We start walking down the bridge towards the pond, going towards the road to get to our friend's house. And all of a sudden, a cop car pulls up towards it, literally pulls up to us, stops us, and asks us, I think he asked us about if someone's car, whose car was parked. And we're like, because we none of us had cars, like, oh, we don't know who that is. We walked here. They're like, okay. And they drove away. And my friends looked at me, and I looked at them, and I was like, okay, that may or may not have been the cops, but that was the cops now, and they could have probably smelled the weed on us, and they didn't say nothing. So, I mean, I don't know, but shit. I guess it's all up into interpretation. Personally, I don't think it was the cops, but then with the flashlights, it kind of makes me think it was the cops, because cops do have flashlights on them, but I didn't see now I think about it, I remember the headlights of a car, but I kind of remember flashlights, but at the same time, I kind of don't. But anyway, moral of the story is, if pot isn't legal where you live, don't go outside and be bold, unless you're like super bold, because we still did it anyway. I know people do this shit. Don't go smoking pot in places where cops are going to stroll through if it's not legal yet where you live. Thankfully, it's legal now, so I can smoke all the weed I want. But in the meantime, if it's not, be careful. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.
Abstract art on the walls, living different. 1989, talking on the phone. Wind blowing hard, all the windows closed. Turquoise sheets, pink pillows. Motel 6, that's room 24. Meet you in the morning, meet me here tonight. Vibrating bed, gotta say it all right. Black marble sink, gold in the faucet. Fresh bar soap, many shampoo bottles. Playing some Atari, she blowing on my cartridge. Room service knocking, I can hear him at the door. Do not disturb, hanging